All right. Greetings. Welcome back to Blackburn News, where everything is connected. How are you all doing? Good to see you. Going to cover a couple things today. I'm a little bit uh, tired, so I'm just kind of wiped out. So I don't know. I mean, we'll just an hour goes by fast, but I was thinking I don't even know if I can manage an hour today because I'm really tired. But sometimes it'd be like that. But how y'all doing? Good to see you. You want to ask about chickens? Well, it's fine. I see people who are talking about chickens. It's a great conversation, the chickens. I follow a couple of people on Twitter that do some chicken raising, and so I'm quite interested. You know that I am. I think a lot of people are. And then Victory Gin just sent me, tagged me in something and said, how about just going vegan if you're having a problem with eggs? Here's some tofu scramble type vegan dishes, which I am into. You'll give me new energy. Great caffeine. That's right. Yes, more coffee for the coffee drinkers. Um, yeah, I've done the vegan thing. I'm vegetarian. I've been vegetarian for a long time. I think everybody knows that. Um, and I've done the vegan thing, and I just have a really, I cannot, I don't know. I didn't feel very good when I was vegan. And I know. Well, you're not getting the right kinds of protein, minerals, blah, 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 blah. I know the whole argument. I just didn't feel good. I wasn't functional. So, I went back to eating the eggs and the cheese and a few dairy. I'm not, a huge dairy product person. It's mostly the cheese. That is the issue for me. But I do eat some eggs occasionally. Not a lot. Occasionally. I'm not a big egg eater, but we use a lot of eggs. I feed eggs to my dog. My dog eats a lot of eggs. I make my dog's food, and a large portion of the food I make for her has eggs in it because I actually don't. Um, I don't really give my dog meat. I try and mix some kibble in with what she's eating, but my dog is mostly vegetarian, and she's doing well. She seems to be thriving. She's quite healthy. People remark on how healthy she is and how good her coat looks, and she seems to have the energy of a young puppy at being a 5-year old dog. So I think her diet is just fine, but she does get the eggs for some animal protein. And I do need a little bit of animal protein. I know. People will tell me it's the devil's work. We all have our limits. We do what we can. We try and we try, but I just it's hard for me to go full vegan. Maybe one day I'll make an attempt again. I don't know if I'm there yet. I do not eat the meat. I've been vegetarian for close to 20 years, and I feel great. And I'm never going to eat meat again. I have no desire to eat meat at all. All right. Let's talk about a few things. There's always lots to talk about, right? Or, am I right? Am I right? There's always. This is hilarious. I have to just start the show. I need a live-in vegan chef. Sure. Yes. When when I hit the big time, I'll get me a living vegan chef. No rain yet, G. Demarest, though it is threatening. Actually, it's kind of sprinkling. So that's actually not true. It's kind of sprinkling. We were supposed to get a break. It rained all day yesterday, all day. No, Pasadena is not famous for rain at all. It rained all day yesterday. Like when I say all day, I mean literally all day and very hard. And we were supposed to get a break today, and it's supposed to rain all day tomorrow. But I don't think we're going to get much of a break because it looks like it's about to dump. Like we look like we're about 20 minutes from a big dump of rain. So I'm trying to... That's the other reason why I was a little anxious to do this video and get on the other side of this video. Is I have some outdoor work to do before it rains, and I want to get to doing the work. Okay, let's I want to do the work before it rains. This is great from Fleur Ali. Just chronicling and cheering on the jackboots mud wrestling. Remember when we were talking just yesterday about the city that was shut down because they were going to expand some coal mines? This is Germany. And the police showed up to get everybody out of the region, out of the town, right? They're clearing them out. And this happened, which is slapstick, stupid funny. I'm sorry. I'm having so much fun with this. For the people in the podcast. These cops who are all Imperial soldiered out are stuck in the mud. And there's this one cop that's up to his knees in the mud, and he's trying to get out, and he's like... And there's a guy dressed up as a monk who walks up to him and pats him on the back. They're there. I'm going to play the rest of it because this is comedy gold. All right. Nice. Oh, the very back. Oh, the very last, the very last part of that. Oh shoot. Hold on one second. I want to make sure that I save that. That is so freaking funny. The monk comes up and gives him like a body blow. Just like rams him back, like sends his cop flying back into the mud. That is so excellent. Oh, that made my day. That made my absolute entire day. Watching those cops get stuck in the mud. That was awesome. Thank you, Fleur Lee, for sending that to me. oh, I'm like crying because I was laughing so hard. But the point I wanted to make about this, you want to watch it again? Let's do it again. Sorry for the podcasters. I mean, this is it's ridiculous, but we'll watch it again one more time. Wait. I guess we need sound. It's so great. Does it sound like there's tasers? Okay, I can't play any more of it. It's well, no, I will. We got to see the hit at the end again. Sorry. I know I'm spending a lot of time on this. For the call-in people who can't see what's going on, they're just listening to me laugh at this. But it sounds like there's like tasers going off. I don't know what that sound is, or maybe it's cameras. Is it cameras? Oh, he pushed him. I thought he hit him with a shoulder. Shutters clicking? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think that's. It sounds like. Yeah. Okay, it's cameras. It sounds very like a taser, though. It sounds a little like a taser. Uh, yeah, that's great. Um, he pushed him. I thought he gave him a check, like a shoulder check. The thing about that video though is actually, um, the thing about that video though is that is a, I think that's an encapsulation of the WEF's plans for the planet, right? Like when all the people that are like, oh, they're gonna give us the climate lockdowns and the things and the do try to make everybody get rid of their gas stoves and all those things, right? They're gonna all the things that they really are doing. I'm not saying they're not doing it. I'm not saying it's not happening. I'm just saying their plans are going to look like those police stuck in the mud. Like they're going to run into real life. Citizens Assembly USA, yeah. Yeah, what that was human, an example of human frailty and also the best laid plans, you know, um, of mice and men. Like right, like they have these ideas of things that they're going to do. You could even say that maybe that was the hand of God or some kind of intervention, or the universe has a good sense of humor as well. So, uh, yeah, that's just how I see it playing out. Like they think they're going to roll out this whatever the technocratic fourth industrial revolution. They think that this thing is going to roll out, and I can tell you, it's going to look a lot like that. Like, like the guy struggling to get out of the mud. He kind of looked like someone from the Lollipop Guild because he was like, Sorry, I'm having too much fun with that. All right. I wonder if they were any of the cops were laughing. Oh, I think I would have a hard time not losing it. That is so great. One of the protesters was injured. Anyways, okay. Well, this is the temperature anomaly in the Arctic, which is, yes, Friar Tuck was in there doing his part. I loved it. Temperature anomalies for the Arctic in December 2022. And that is, well, I think it's off the charts, right? Right? The chart only goes so high to 5C. So either these just hit 5C all in a row, or I think it's off the charts. The temperature anomalies. This is a temperature anomaly by latitude. By latitude in December 2022. And that's not good, right? That's not good. 5C temperature anomaly for much of the northern hemisphere during the, I think they call it winter. Meaning 5C hot, 5C too hot in the winter. That's a lot of C's. That can't be good. That can't be good at all. Let's see. So apparently they found some more of Biden's. They found more of Biden's. More classified documents in the Biden. Yeah, nobody does live in the Arctic anyways. Sorry. I know I'm moving right over to politics right away, but apparently 5 more classified documents found at Biden's Wilmington home, lawyer says. 5 more documents. Where is this going? I wonder where this is going. I'm intrigued. Gene asks, well, okay, before we get there, I guess we'll stay here. We'll stay on some climate change. Gene asks, why is there less anomaly near the equator? Which is a good question. It's still warmer than usual, right, near the equator, but there's less of an anomaly, which actually goes against the idea that, right, well, yeah, Bella says polar amplification, which is, sure, that's one of the reasons. There's no ice at the equator. Right. I mean, it's an interesting phenomenon, right? Because you would think, well, where it usually gets hot, it would get a lot hotter, and where it's usually cool, it would stay kind of cooler. But it's not the way it works out. You also have the thing, the jet stream that typically keeps cold air where it's supposed to be in the Arctic, right? Like the jet stream is a demarcation between warmer and much colder latitudes. And so when the jet stream is shredded, then it allows for all kinds, allows for a lot of the warmth that it would generally, just like how he, yes, creative experiment. That's where I'm getting high pressure heat pushes jet stream south, but allows for the heat to invade the Arctic, right? Pushing the cold air out, thus creating a situation where it's much warmer than it generally would be. The cold air is supposed to stay up there and keep everything nice and cool. The cold air escapes. We get polar vortexes. It goes all over the place. So the cold air coming out of the Arctic would then I mean probably not reaching the equator, but it would push down the temperatures in the lower latitudes because it's cold. My super chat is not activated? Huh. It should be. I wonder why. That doesn't seem right. It was activated yesterday. I don't know. Maybe refresh the page, Tor. It doesn't seem right. I don't know if I can get in there and look at it right now. I got no notifications that anything had changed on my YouTube, so it seems weird. It was activated yesterday, so it seems weird that it wouldn't be on here now. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, maybe this is it. Hold on. Maybe I need to... Hold on. Maybe I can... Maybe I need to accept this. They're asking me to accept some new terms, some blah, blah, blah. I don't know if it's going to change it for this. I don't know, but I have my super chats all. Supers should be on. Yeah. Yeah. They're all on, so I don't know. It seems odd. Sorry that I'm taking time to check this during the show. Oh, there you go. Obsolete Optics, thank you. Obsolete Optics says works for me. Thank you for the super chat. Now it works. Tor says now it works. All right. Oh, Gene, thanks for trying to explain it. Yeah. It is something that doesn't make sense, right? Right, Poppy Davis, atmospheric and oceanic winds, streams push hot air towards the poles. Yeah, so the air that is supposed to be kept out, like the I think I just said the same. I'll say the same thing again, but like the jet stream is supposed to be a barrier between the cold Arctic and the warmer South, and then when it's not there anymore, the cold air gets out, the warmer gets in. It creates a situation where the Arctic is much warmer than it should be. I know there's a more detailed, more scientific explanation than what I'm giving, but I mean, basically that's kind of what I'm saying and what everybody in the chat is saying is happening. But for why the equator is not getting warmer? Oh, do they, Bella? I don't know. Yikes. Why the equator is not getting much warmer, where you think it might be much warmer? I don't really get that one either, but it goes against. Oh, thank you, Timothy Martin. I appreciate that. It goes against the logic that, the old logic is that when climate change comes a knocking, everybody's going to go north, right? Like they're going to escape the brutal heat of the equator, and everybody's going to move to the north. But link at Roffin, do not sign YouTube's new money stealing TOS before watching. Well, maybe I can unsign it. I don't know. Oops. I already signed it. Yikes. I don't know, man. I just agree to things I shouldn't agree to. Maybe I can unsign it. I'm not sure. But I think there's a. I'll have to look at it again. But thanks for the heads up. I appreciate it. Sean Kelly says, I think the poles get warmer because the atmosphere is thinner there. Pole word heat transport is always happening, or Costa Rica would fry. And okay, so then that makes sense, right? So if you have some hot air and it's moving towards another location, right? It would be taking away the heat that would, so maybe that's what's keeping the equator cool, is that heat transfer. All right, that's all making sense. That all makes sense to me. The heat that would normally be there in the equator or stay in the equator is now moving north towards the Arctic. It's getting in the Arctic, blah, blah, blah. All right. But yes, what I was saying is the old logic, the old classic logic is it's going to get hot at those poles, at the equator, and we're going to have to move north to the poles where it's going to be much cooler and people can grow food there and do all the things. But now it's getting way warmer in the Arctic towards the poles much, much faster, thus making it not actually logical to move north, right? Because things are way more out of whack there. Like things are, off the charts funky at the poles. So maybe you don't want to go there. Maybe if you're at the equator, you just want to stay and see what happens. Maybe everybody, wherever you are, maybe what you want to do is just kind of stay and I don't know about dig in, but maybe you want to stay and see if you can manage the things where you are, being familiar with the surroundings and your local ecology, right? Tor Werner, thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. This is what I heard. When I was looking at when people were talking a lot, a few years ago, people were talking about where do we go to save ourselves from climate change? And I was kind of looking at maps and charts and whatnot. And I got a few ideas, but there was one idea in there, which was stay right where you are. And really, if you understand where the weather at where you live, and maybe you understand how climate change is affecting the weather of where you live, that you might be better situated or better, prepared to deal with the coming weirdness. So there's that. I don't know if I answered anybody's question. All right, so Biden, they found more documents at Biden's home, and that's all looks very weird. It's getting weirder to me. I don't know where this is going. I'm sitting on the edge of my seat, wondering, is he going to get a slap on the wrist, or are they going to say like, well, we found these documents, but we found these documents, but it's all good. And he didn't know what was happening, and they turned it over to the authorities, and it wasn't really all that bad. And is it going to go that way, or are they really going to try and take Biden to task for this? Are they going to? Is this something? Does he get taken down? And I'm curious, in with the context of like, well, apparently Trump had documents too, and so what happens to Trump? Like, does he get taken down? Does he slide? Does everybody slide? Imagine the craziness. Yes, are they doing this because they don't want him to be a candidate in 2024? Yes, I have so many questions and possible theories about what's going on with this. But consider a Trump-Biden presidential campaign in 2024. Consider, two people with classified document problems hanging over them as they're running for president. I mean, can it get any weird? Can it get any weirder than it's already been? I guess. I mean, 2016 was pretty weird, and pretty wild and woolly. 2020 was pretty wild and woolly as well, but it looked like Trump had more issues on perception wise. Trump had more issues, but I don't know. Biden had pretty big issues too. It's a crapshoot. It's a toss up. Judy Truitt asks, why were his lawyers looking in the first place, is what I want to know. Everything about this looks very, very strange to me. Timothy Martin says, Kevin Blanch, environmental activist, is in the hospital. He deserves a positive thought. Well, all right. Let's send Kevin Blanch some positive energy. I didn't know he was in the hospital. Obsolete optics. The difference between Trump's classified documents and Biden's classified documents are twofold. One is the classification level. The other is the cooperation with regard to returning said documents. And this is what I hear. This is what they keep telling me, or what I see people saying. Who knows? I have no idea. But it'll be, so you have this kind of like dog race between Trump and Biden, possibly. I mean, I don't know. Maybe we'll get some new blood. Maybe we'll just let's have new blood 2024 be a campaign. Like new people. How about a new party? What shocking idea. Yes, Sean Kelly, does it have something to do with Ukraine? Possibly. And I've heard this is what there's so many theories on this. Yes, I've heard the theory that they think Ukraine is a mess and they can't get out, and they want Biden to be the fall guy for it, and or something. Maybe they want Biden to go away, and they want Kamala Harris in next. They want to run her, or they have somebody else. I don't know. Is that the reason? So many questions. Or Bill Carter says George Santos for president. Or is Biden is a fairly dirty guy. Biden has done some stuff that is not on the up and up, and we know that, from the classic, the Hunter Biden laptop files. We know that from, there's a lot of evidence, text, emails, and whatnot that have been released and revealed, pointing some fingers. How bad is a crackle? Do I need to fix it real quick? Check. I don't know if you're hearing the crackle or the hum. There's a fairly pretty major hum in my audio, so you might be hearing the hum. Sorry, but I if it was crackle, I tried to get that a little better. Is it just that Biden's just as dirty as Trump, right? Is it that they're all kind of dirty and they're all taking these documents to further their corrupt ends, right? And so, Biden is literally Trump, the Democratic version of Trump. And we know this. We know this by his actions. We know this by his policies. We know that there is absolutely no difference between Biden and Trump. It's just one's wearing the blue colors and the other one's wearing the red colors. Yes, so maybe they're just all dirty, and maybe they're finding this. Maybe they're just finding out these documents are. What I heard very interestingly too is that Hunter Biden's name is on the deed to the house. So apparently that house where those documents is in Hunter Biden's name. He had access to the documents. Was it him? Was he the one that was somehow doing something with these documents? We don't know. There's so much information that's not really out there about this yet. I mean, Trump was impeached for something that Biden bragged about on stage. Famously, Biden told the story and bragged about getting a Ukrainian prosecutor fired in order to get his way in the Ukraine. Trump apparently did the same thing on a phone call a few years later, and they were like, impeach. So, yeah, maybe he's just completely, and he probably, I'm sure that he is completely, absolutely filthy, dirty, and it's just catching up to him, and that's what it is. It could just be that. Who knows? But this is a crazy, interesting story to me. On so many levels, it is a weird, crazy story. His garage, and Biden's like, my garage is locked. Nobody could get those classified documents. Oh, well, thanks for letting us know. But we know that there's lots of very hinky business dealings going on with both Biden and his son in Ukraine, China, elsewhere. So maybe it's just real graft going on. Some real live graft going on. And they're just getting to it, I guess. Let's look at this. I'm gonna jump off of. I'm gonna cover a couple of things regarding the COVID, and I'm gonna jump off YouTube and do the rest of the show on Rockfin. So thanks for hanging out with me, YouTubers. Appreciate the super chats, guys. Quickly, I'll check out some of the coffees. buymeacoffee.com/blackbearnews. Good way to support the show. I don't have any coffees as of yet today. I don't think I have any Rockfin tips as of yet today, but I'll check them in a show. Oh, thank you, Osama. Thank you. I'm gonna watch this video. I'm gonna watch that video. All right, so we're doing Rockfin only. I'm going to sign off YouTube. YouTubers, peace out. Thank you.